Dracula.
Doing good. I was having a technical thing on my side too. I was trying to roll a quick video, but it looks like it didn't upload right before the show. So that's why I was like, we were just kind of sitting there in limbo for a second.
Yeah, I was setting up my new camera. Dude, look at this definition. It's crazy, but these things
It
are
is not,
complicated. Look, it's like autofocusing. Okay, anyway.
yeah, it looks
It
good,
seems
man.
so far away.
It is
But
looking
yeah,
nice.
dude. Anyway, our cameras and doohickeys aside, dude, how you been doing?
Good. We're still avoiding Armageddon, which is nice. The
Really?
markets are reflecting that. So we had a nice bounce. Um, like we were talking about last episode, I guess we'll just have to see if Iran actually does something and quits cutting war trailers. Um,
Yeah. I keep seeing that they keep pushing it back. They're kind of like me. They're procrastinating on it, you know?
they're procrastinating.
Yeah, they keep talking about it, but they haven't done anything. Not that I want anything to happen, just,
Of course not.
get it over with already.
Yeah, I mean, we already had a bounce. Don't tank us again, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess that is the thing, right? Like, when we talk about the numbers, it's concerning. It's, what do you call that? Uncertainty.
Yes, exactly.
When or what will actually happen? Are they gonna
Well,
launch a nuke, or are they just gonna, drop a
I don't
couple
know.
cherry bombs in the toilets or what?
Yeah, they're gonna just probably blow up a bunch of toilets, and make it just like, yeah, take that, guys. Like, you're gonna have to go pee outside.
Some high school level pranking.
And they're
I
like,
think
this is
I
a
wish they
minor
would solve
inconvenience.
wars like this, huh? Come on, grow up, guys. We don't need to kill people. We could just, make lives mildly inconvenient for each other.
At the rate we're going, that'll probably be, how people fight wars in like 10 more years. They'll be,
Yeah.
which TikTok video got the most views.
I'm kinda counting on them settling it in like League of Legends or something.
Yeah. Yeah, like the future wars will be like, your country sucks at Warzone.
Yeah,
So
exactly. Exactly.
um so I figured since we were discussing it, we'd pull up the nice and handy Bitcoin weekly.
Oh, yeah.
Um Still looking all right, like I said, it wicked to our big support. Um, but not looking too bad right now. That's why I was saying, I was like, hopefully they'll just let us continue to recover and not pull some shit when the markets finally, bounce back. But I mean, Bitcoin above 60,000 to me is that's a huge message, like bulls are still in control right now.
Yeah, you still feeling strong? Um, yeah, I mean, it's still in that range, so I guess that's good. It still feels bad that we broke, like, you can't keep above, what is it, like 65, 62?
Yeah, I mean, obviously when we got up here, we were in all-time high range.
No one
So
wants to buy a Bitcoin for 70,000. I saw someone say that, and it's true. No one seems to wanna buy a Bitcoin for 70,000.
yeah, I mean, it's gonna take, bulls are gonna have to put in significant effort. I think to create FOMO, I think we're gonna have to like touch 80 or close above 80 to get people really like, all right, we're rallying. Um, yeah, I mean, because we managed to make a new all-time high in not great market conditions, which is pretty bullish. But it's kind of like they put all their muscle into it, but we don't have, a ton of new money or retail or you know what I mean? So it's like
Mhm.
um these guys are gonna have to push a little harder, I think, to get people, fired up. But I do think a lot of this is, there's uncertainty in the US market, especially. Like we had discussed before, once crypto kind of became politicized, it was kind of like when Trump had such a big lead, it was kind of like, oh, well, if Trump wins, it's bullish for crypto. And now that there's a lot more uncertainty there, I think people are just kind of maybe holding on till the election, maybe holding on till more like October, see
Mm.
what the picture is. But can't be too mad. Like I said, holding above 60, I feel like it's not the worst place to be. It's still a pretty big message, I think, that people are ready to run this thing.
You know what it is to me? It's just confirmations. Those ETFs, buddy, they're keeping everything much more stable. That's my belief.
No, I
Uh,
think it's dead on. I mean, I read a thing. I was talking about this the other day, not on the show, but it was an interesting theory about people were saying this thing I was reading was saying I'm going to call this cycle the quiet cycle, the silent cycle, and what the reasoning was that because of institutional money and ETFs, and there's going to be more ETFs. Um, Now, this is the theory. This isn't necessarily like I don't totally subscribe to this, but I think it makes sense where it's saying, it's not going to be like last run where it was just insane euphoria all day, every day for months on end. It's going to be silent in the sense of, yes, price will continue to march up, but it's not going to be like, this crazy, you know, 50-60% days almost every other day. It's going to be a silent cycle where because this money does keep flowing in slowly, the price will march up slowly. It'll still be a bull market, but in terms of you know when Bitcoin gets to like 80K, if it goes all the way to 100K, we will probably have like that retail news cycle kind of pop where everything is going parabolic, but that period of time is going to be like a lot more condensed than like the last
mm,
cycle. And I think there's, like I said, I don't totally buy into it 100%, but I think what you were just saying about how, the price seems like kind of like more stable now. I think that is due to like, some of this extra institution, now there's, the ETFs and institution money, they have a lot more to lose, they have a lot more like reason to defend, keep us from not going below 50 when the market's tanking. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I feel like if this had been last run, I think with everything that had happened this week, I think we would have gone down to mid 40s at least. Um, so so yeah, the silent cycle. I think it's an
Silent
interesting
cycle.
theory, but I think there's you know it's worth thinking about that. I think people are almost like discouraged to when you're not getting that dopamine every single day of, oh man, like everything's shooting up 30%, like once or twice a week. But
Mhm.
I mean I do think we see some of that down the road. We still have all these factors that need to kind of like play out and finally come together.
Yeah, I guess, overall, I guess the theory would be that the market is just becoming overall much less volatile, right?
Yeah.
So, like you're saying, things are gonna become a little bit more stable, a lot less maybe exciting, for the moon bags, but, you know, I wanna look at another asset here before we go to Phantom, our beloved,
Yeah.
if we could look at the Ethereum chart.
Oh,
The worst shitcoin that has ever existed.
oh.
It's a Russian operation. What is this? Can you
Now look,
explain this one, Dracula? We're going to hell. We're going all the Ichimoku cloud says we're going directly to $1,800.
yeah, now the Ethereum weekly is the opposite of Bitcoin. It
You guys
looks
seeing this at home? Can
it
you
looks
guys see how
bad.
disgusting this is?
It looks very bad. Um this is like an edge to edge playing out. When I've described before that like in the Ichi trading, the edge to edge is that typically when you enter this cloud, you usually go from one side to the other. It doesn't mean it's guaranteed. I mean, obviously, Ethereum is more volatile than Bitcoin, and it got hit hard. I mean, yeah, it wicked almost. We almost went below 2K. Um, I would not be surprised though to see this play out, get back down to like 2K range. Um, there's a lot going on with
Yeah.
Ethereum right now. It's it's got a lot of things where I'm trying
Come
to.
on,
Okay.
Dracula. Just say what
Well,
you feel, dude.
I think the
Vitalik got a
first thing.
girlfriend, so now he doesn't have the incel power, so now Ethereum's gonna go to 0. That's what
Yeah,
happened. If we're being
yeah. A lot
blunt,
of
we're being honest.
people. Yeah, a lot of people are saying that. You know, Vitalik having a girlfriend, it's going to 0. Um, I'm not like, obviously that's just like a meme, it's pretty funny. But I honestly think what we're seeing is I was in the camp of in the bear market when L2s were first kind of becoming a thing. I was in that camp of like, oh man, like this is going to make it so much better for people to use. Everyone's going to use the L2s
Mhm,
because the gas is so cheap. Um, it's like this amazing thing for Ethereum.
mhm,
And there was another side of that argument of people saying, actually, you know, the L2s are bad. They're fragmenting liquidity. Um, they're affecting supply. They're affecting how, you know, how like the core mechanics of Ethereum works. And it's crazy because I truly thought L2s would be like insanely bullish, but now there's so many. Um, you've heard of the big names, of course, but for
uh-huh.
all the big names you've heard, there's 20, 30 more that you've probably never even heard of. There's an insane amount. I put up VPVR for you, Chuck. Um,
How many people out there that know L2s you think know, Phantom? Like, do you think everyone that knows that Arbitrum exists knows that Phantom exists?
no, I don't.
Mm.
I think it's, when we were talking
Otherwise,
about,
they'd be over here, am I right? Am I right, fellas?
well, it's kind of like when
Otherwise,
we were
they'd be in
talking
chat signing off.
when we were talking about that Pedro launch and how like Solana people were just like, what is Phantom? Like, I don't
Mhm,
even know what that is, right? Um, I feel like it's kind of the same for a lot of like Ethereum maxis. Um, they don't pay attention to the L1s. Now, I feel like even though Bitcoin has totally dominated this run up, um, the L1s have actually begun like performing. They're still highly volatile as we've seen. I mean, Phantom took a plunge, but they've actually started to perform a little better than I actually expected. I would not be shocked to see sort of like a return to L1s gaining strength because, yeah, like, I mean, it's just starting to. I mean, we can't say L2s were a failure, right? Because obviously they have a ton of TVL, they have a ton of use case, but not as much a failure, but they have, I feel like, affected Ethereum negatively. Like it's kind of like
mhm.
shit coins, meme coins. It's like, it's good to have 2 or 3 strong meme coins. It's bad to have like 100 okay to bad shit coins, right?
I
Um,
mean, I guess it depends on what your goal is, right? Like, I get what you're saying here, where it's like meme coins can be like, if we're looking at L2s as meme coins,
I
what they're
mean, at
doing is
this
they're
point,
pulling
it's
value from they're pulling value that would have possibly gone to like more valuable, useful products.
yeah,
We're like crack, dude. You've introduced crack into my crypto community, and now it's over, dude. Everyone's buying and trading vapor as opposed to my vapor.
yeah, and so you have the L2 thing removing value constantly, but obviously, if I had known we were going to go in this direction, I would have pulled up some great tweets from the last couple weeks. Um, you know, things that Vitalik has said that are not great. You had the Ethereum lead, coming out and basically just saying,
It's all
like
over.
everything sucks. Like, you guys use Ethereum for garbage. Like they've just kind of gotten on like this high horse about, oh, like we're changing the world. We don't care about DeFi. We don't, and I don't think that has helped Ethereum whales very much, right?
Yeah.
Do you have a lot of confidence in something where the people that have created it are pretty much like, yeah, like we hate crypto culture, we hate crypto. we would rather, people use Ethereum for, noble causes, not for making money.
Yeah, I wonder what a
People,
noble cause as an American, I wonder what a noble cause might be if not making money.
and I mean, that's paraphrasing a bit, but that was basically in a nutshell what the Ethereum lead came out and said this week. And, he got demolished in the replies, but yeah, it was pretty much like, everyone needs to quit worrying about making money and, DeFi and, we need to be doing something useful for the world kind of deal, and it's like people always have this attitude after they got the bag, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, bro. I mean, you guys are already all billionaires. I'm sure that's easy to, become like some effective altruism douchebag after you're like got $1 billion of your own, right? But
Yeah.
it's it's kind of, yeah, exactly, like people don't make money in the stock market. Um I just think that what you started with crypto was railing against the financial status quo, railing against the financial industry. So I always just kind of take offense to when you have these people that all of a sudden are like, we don't need to be thinking about finance. We need to be, thinking about how to, put your refrigerator settings on the blockchain. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
like,
the
what are
whole
we
state of the
doing here?
environment, dude.
Yeah, like what are we doing here? You know what I mean? Yeah, like
Mhm.
we need to put our appliances on the blockchain. We need to make it easy for a government to have a database on the blockchain, even though no one's gonna know how to use it or what they're doing. Or
I think we should have the
um,
missiles on the blockchain.
yeah, missiles on chain where everybody votes, and if it gets enough votes, the missiles launch.
Yeah, decentralized warfare, dude.
So so yeah, I mean,
Oh, I
I don't know.
lost it.
I kind of feel like Ethereum is sort of like a curse token. I don't think they know what
Ethereum,
they're.
so it might be dead is basically it. Like Ethereum might be dead. I probably should sell out at this point.
I've been
Like,
slowly getting out of Ethereum for a while. I still have a good bit, but I'm not. I'm just not super bullish on Ethereum as just a token or a project itself. Obviously, it's
yeah,
not going anywhere. It's going to be the backbone of most of DeFi. That's been established.
yeah,
But
for now.
I think they have pretty much put it out there that I don't think they really care. I think they're okay. Like I said, they've already got the bag. They've done everything that they're gonna do. Like main things they're gonna do. It's serving the purpose of what they were kind of hoping for it to accomplish. So I don't know. Yeah, I mean it might seem crazy to say Ethereum is dead, but um I just don't know if it's going to be like an instrument that people truly use for like trading and stuff as much,
Yeah.
down the road. This is down the road. I'm obviously right now we're nowhere near that, but
Ethereum may not be dead, but it is paused, bro. It is dead in the water. It's chump stuff now at this point. Last time I talked a lot of shit about Ethereum, the price pumped by like 30%. I don't know if that's going to happen again. I kind of doubt it. But yeah, it's horribly underperforming in my opinion. And I think there's a lot of reasons why. But I think what this really does is it opens the door. There's a vacuum of power. Who's it going to fill it? Is it going to be Solana? Is it going to be Soy Lana, which is not at all any better? Doubt it. Maybe a new chain launching soon could fill this gap. People will need a true crypto DeFi chain, you know? But
you
I
know,
guess we'll see.
that also starts with an S.
Yeah, as Dragon, don't give him too many hints, dude. Don't make it too easy.
Yeah, so
Give
MBK
the
says
crowd the trade.
what are your opinions on Sol overtaking Ethereum? Um
Bro, I think Polkadot's gonna overtake Ethereum one day at this rate. Ethereum sucks, dude.
he also says BNB. I don't know about BNB. I do think that Solana fosters an environment for kind of like retail dApps. They push for people to kind of like see what they can do with the stack. I just don't feel that from Ethereum right now. It's almost like they hate their developers or something. And I think we're seeing with how much Solana has grown in volume and users and dApps. Um, you know, could it ever overtake Ethereum? I don't know. I don't think so. But um, they're a complete polar opposite of how they are running their their technology and their chain compared to Ethereum. So I will say that it's a complete 180 on ideology, on how you accomplish things, on how you attract people to build. So yeah, and I mean I agree. Like we're being a little, what's the word? We're probably being a little hyperbolic saying it's dead. It's definitely not dead. But I could just see there being a shift, in how people view the asset. I think that's the biggest thing I would say is that I'm not talking like months. I'm talking probably like, this would probably take years to play out where Ethereum truly is just like a gas token that, has too much supply and you know what I mean, does isn't like the same as, what were we sold on it always? It was digital silver. Okay,
Yeah.
Bitcoin's digital gold, Ethereum's digital silver, and I just feel like that is all changing in my mind. I would
I
rather
was
hold Solana than Ethereum right now.
Oh
Truthfully,
my god, this guy's crazy.
I'm gonna say it. I truthfully would. Um,
For all the things you were saying about meme coins, it's crazy.
so yeah, I mean, lots of VC backing on BNB. Now, it's funny you bring this up. I did have this conversation in the bear market where I was actually buying Solana, Ethereum, and BNB. BNB is kind of slept on. Like it's not like crazy sexy, It's not as volatile as a lot of other, um, you know, chain tokens, gas tokens, whatever. But there is also like things they have done with the BNB supply from the start, where I could see BNB being like really valuable years from now. Um,
Hmm.
they just
Hmm.
they were kind of ahead of the curve in terms of, when they first launched BNB, it was literally you used it on Binance to save on your transaction costs. And then when they launched, the network, you were, using it for the network costs. But they were kind of ahead of their time in terms of developing it to be like deflationary. And it does have so much money behind it and volume that the deflationary mechanics like are still working pretty well. Um, so yeah, I was actually, that was my strategy in the bear market, was like I got out of anything exotic and was like those were the things I was focused on were the majors, you know. So
Mhm.
Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and BNB, those were actually what I focused on.
Yeah.
So
I'm
I think as time goes on, yeah, I mean, I think it's going to stand the test of time. It's not, like I said, nobody wants to be like, I'm a B&B whale. I love B&B. It's not like I said, it's not like a super sexy asset. You
Yeah.
say I hate Soul because I didn't buy it at 10. I understand that. I had some tweets about it, so I can pull receipts if anyone has to see it because I know everyone says they bought Solana that low, but that is when I started buying. I was like, okay, 20s, teens. Um, I wish I could have gotten some stuff under $10 when it like shot under 10 for like maybe a day, half a day. But it just made sense. I mean, they got wrecked by FTX, of course, but it was like the chain is too large. There's too much money in it. There's too, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, let's see.
So let's look. Can we look at the Phantom chart real quick?
Yeah, so
I
I
want to compare it to Ethereum real quick. I feel like it might look worse.
well, that's the Ethereum weekly. So I'll put it on daily and then we'll hop over to Phantom. Oof.
Okay, that's good. Looks good.
Oof. The
I
daily
think that's
is
a
even worse.
formation there, dude. I think that might be a formation.
This is rough.
I think they call that the J, the reverse J, right?
So I think you'll be surprised here. I'm gonna take Ichi out of here. Draw a line or two real fast. Um, yeah, this is not super pretty. Yeah, we're way below the trend line. We're below the moving average. We did, make some movement back there. We got a fractal down here. That's good. But yeah, looking at this chart and then looking at the Phantom chart, I'd say, I mean, they're following pretty close. It's this little thing here is very similar to what we just saw on the Ethereum chart. Um, honestly, if you look at it this way, it's got a fractal down there. If you look at it this way, it's not performing that bad, really. In terms of when you compare it to Ethereum, it's not really. He says, do the FTM ETH chart. Yeah, I'll throw that up in a second. I did paint a little. Let's see if my channel is still here somewhere. There it is. Now I don't love this channel, but Ethereum would have this same channel right now, basically. It looks like we're coming up on the line here on the channel. Hopefully we can slowly start breaking out of this thing.
Mother of God, dude. It might all be over, bro.
I'm going to pull up FTM ETH just for fun here. Because now I'm curious. So.
Oh my.
Yeah, they're following each other pretty closely when you're looking at it this way.
Well, this is so the price of Phantom relative to the price of ETH is just downtrend since like May.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh my goodness, it's March or April.
Yeah, I mean, we basically have this same channel that I just had on the Phantom chart. But we haven't been straying too far from some of the faster moving averages. So
now, what can save us? What can save us maxis, us whales, us phantom degenerates? It's the evolution into Sonic, correct?
Oh, for sure.
That's what can redeem us. Now, when is that going to happen again? I thought it was like fall, right? I always get fall mixed up. I always thought of falls when I go back to school when I was a little kid, but I don't go back to school anymore, so now I don't even think about it.
Yeah, I think they're still, the last thing I saw, I mean, it's not, I think maybe they were shooting for like September, October, but you know how that goes. Last thing I saw, I think they're hoping for like November, December. So it'll be like, Q4. I still think that timing wise, it's probably in a good place. I think I think end of quarter 3 going into quarter 4 is when we're finally going to see a lot of these outside things kind of start all taking shape. Like I said, Bitcoin halving price, election market, hopefully maybe one of these conflicts is starting to get wrapped up by then. There's just a lot of things. I would guarantee in the fall by quarter 3, quarter 4, there will be another ETF of something.
What do you think would be next?
They're already working on Solana. It takes time, but by quarter 3, quarter 4, I would not be shocked to see another ETF launch. So there's a lot to be bullish on coming up, barring that we can navigate there being an entire world war, which is the caveat I have to put on every single thing I talk about now. Is like, yeah, I mean, barring a world war, a third
The anxiety
conflict,
is real. The
yeah.
anxiety is real.
But it's not all doom and gloom, I suppose.
I suppose, dude.
we got
freaking Sonic Shards, bro. Have you gotten one yet?
I did actually. I'll show you that in a second. So we have the Road to Sonic Galaxy thing has launched, Galaxy Quest. Yeah, I think it's going to be 5 or 6 mini kind of campaigns, and you collect shards every time you finish a campaign. And at the end of it, if you have all the shards, something happens, right? I don't know what, but you get something. So we're going to collect
Mm.
them.
You get an NFT, and that NFT will probably, maybe, possibly do something cool.
Do something for you. So yeah, this was like the first one. Um,
Dude, I
got
do this
all of
all
them,
already.
got them all completed.
Dude,
Um,
I've already done all of this, bro.
it was actually not hard because it reads your entire history. So I literally connected, and it just was like, you're good to go.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, mostly just like social. You got 100 SFTMX. Have you used the wormhole bridge? Do you follow Sonic Labs? Do you follow S for Kingdom? Do you follow Beethoven? Have
Mhm.
you made an S for Kingdom character? Which all this stuff's basically free, so you should just do
There's
it.
no reason not to do it.
Turn your fandom into SFTMX for a day or two if you don't want to hold that. Um, yeah, so like what MVK saying here, it does go through your TXs or whatever, and it counts for it goes through your Twitter or your transactions and counts if you've already done all this stuff. Um, on a different wallet, I don't. Well, you have to. I think it scans whatever account you're hooked up to on Galaxy. So, but yeah, I was gonna show you. They already got a little area on Paint Swap for it. So there she is in all her glory.
Beautiful. And you get
So
to assemble the Sonic logo.
you know what I bet happens?
What?
I bet I will put money down that you get all the shards and then this happens. Oh man, I'm gonna try to play that on every show at least once.
Yeah, that'd be hella tight.
Yeah, you
You
get all
know,
the shards and it turns into a little Sonic transformer.
what if it like gives you access to Sonic before anyone else? It's like passkey.
It
You can
gives
go
you
on there and you can front run everybody.
it opens a Telegram chat with Andre.
No way, dude.
Yeah,
He would never do that. He would never Telegram chat with anybody. He hates us.
is that the first one? Yep, that was that's the first shard if you have all the quest items.
You know, we were talking a lot of trash about that Ethereum developer, but I sometimes feel like Andre is like one bad day away from making a post like that. Just being like, "Fuck all of you guys. You guys all suck." I hate this
It could
episode.
happen. You know, I could see that happening, but
Mhm.
I think with Andre though, I mean, it seems like
He's
his
still based,
beginning.
unlike
Well, his
Vitalik.
beginnings are in finance, and I think that is more. He is more focused on the financial stuff, the DeFi stuff.
Mhm.
Um, so I think we're probably safe from it being like screw all the dexes, screw all the
Yeah.
projects that actually bring volume to the chain. We need to be finding a way to, put everybody's Costco cards on the blockchain. We need to be doing something useful with the technology, not just making
Yeah.
money. So
Well, dude, it is crazy because it is such like a wealthy person's perspective of like, money's not that useful.
it's what makes it such a bad look to me when these guys were just
Yeah.
all like, yeah, and it's like, yeah, it's like say what you guys want. The Ethereum Foundation dumps every local top. I mean, it's just like, come on, guys, like, you're making money.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a lot
Yeah, you
easier
may
to
hate it,
say.
but
Yeah,
they're
it's like
weekend commies, dude. That's what I'm gonna say about them. They're weekend commies since Vitalik left.
there was
Uh,
a tweet that was funny that was like somebody had tracked. the price action of Ethereum against when Vitalik had a tweet about being triple vaccinated, and
Yeah,
somebody said ever since he just tweeted that,
it's been straight
Ethereum is
down,
just
yeah.
falling. Pretty funny, but yeah, that's the first Sonic shard. Let's see, I'll post this link in the comments. If anyone hasn't done it yet or needs to find it, but it's on the Sonic, the Sonic Twitter. You can go
Yeah,
find it.
right on.
Um,
Um, I'm gonna talk about something a little off topic here a little bit. Still a Phantom, but, I was in the Spooky Swap Discord yesterday. I was looking around. Um, Spooky, I thought had been so quiet, dude. They had been so mysterious. They're doing like one announcement a month, is what it seems like, and it's very lightweight, but they're cooking, dude. They've got on ramping directly from the swap page. You could
oh
pose your
yeah, you
credit
know,
card,
I forgot that we were talking about being able to use Boo at the gas station. So I guess it wasn't that.
and they
Um,
literally made it almost possible.
let's see here. I'll pull up. Have they put it on the site already? I am curious about that. If they got the on ramp going yet. Doesn't look like it's on the site quite yet, but yeah, I did. I'm glad you brought that up. That was what they had kind of settled on, was that you can on ramp directly from their site. I mean, that's pretty. I think that's pretty bullish. Hard to not like that.
Sorry, my mic came unplugged. Yeah, I was saying, yeah, it's cool. I like it. They literally made it kind of possible. Um, they also said that one, the Phantom to Sonic Labs transition is confirmed for like November, December. So they're gonna be dropping their fall roadmap soon. So I'm excited to see that. Maybe we'll get Owen on to discuss it a little bit when they drop it.
Yeah, yeah. So there was
Because I'm
the
eager to see. I'm curious to see how a team is going to navigate. A team like Spooky Swap, who's like established, is going to navigate the transition. Be kind of nice to get into it a little bit.
yeah, for sure. I think that's a lot of people are definitely, since Sonic is established that it's a totally different chain. Everyone's going to have to migrate their protocols, and that would be kind of interesting to get insight on, is like, what are people's plans for this migration? I mean, you got to try to get everything ready in time to be there day one, right? So,
Yeah,
um, but yeah, we need to chat with them still for sure. But I mean, yeah, that's pretty cool. They say the on ramps created by Meld. We'll have to check them out, see how it works. But um, hey, MVK says, what are the fees? I'm sure the fees are good.
just fine. They're just fine, buddy. They're great.
Traditionally,
Um,
on ramp fees are not super cheap, but yeah, we'll see what happens there.
Also, continued open invitation to really any team that wants to come on and chat. But I'm particularly still trying to chat with Wygo, dude. I'm seeing so much drama every day. I love it, dude. I wanna have a Keemstar moment on the show here where we settle some beef, dude.
Well,
Uh,
yeah, I mean, what happened was interesting enough, just a peek behind the curtain, if you will. Um, we kind of had them lined up for the Lumos launch, and obviously they're busy guys. I get that, but I think that there was just so much. This is kind of when everything erupted with everybody arguing on chain, on the timeline and stuff. So yeah, I think they were kind of like, yeah, we're gonna hold off on that a little bit, but yeah, would still love to have those guys on. Maybe I'll pop in our chat and say, when do you guys want to hop on here? You say when hoops. Now we did a spaces with hoops. They were a little camera shy, so we did a spaces. It was literally like the day that season 2 started for the or like the day before the season 2 started. But they were a little, yeah, like I said, they're some of the guys on that team aren't used to doing this kind of stuff, and now that
yeah,
they've got some things under their belt, maybe they'll come on the stream.
yeah, maybe they've got a little more confidence to come on the stream. But yeah, if you wanna check out the conversation with Hoops. We've got it on the Twitter somewhere. Maybe we could put it in Twitter highlights. Maybe we should put all this stuff in Twitter highlights. We should
Yeah,
put
that's a
all of
good
our streams
idea.
in Twitter highlights because it's the highlight of the Twitter, baby.
He says Blake himself isn't camera shy. Yeah, he. I just talked to him this morning right after he put out his Phantom Friday. So we'll get him on the show for sure. You know, we know those guys pretty well, so maybe we can get them on and have them discuss their Sonic plan. You know,
Hell yeah. I want to hear it. I want to hear it straight from the horse's mouth, straight from the Hoops' mouth. You
straight
seen
from
these?
the Hoops' mouth. And yeah, I'll go through and grab some of those highlights so you guys can hear that spaces we did with them. It was pretty good. You know, they just it was pretty straightforward, but they just laid out a bunch of their plans and what they're up to, and yeah, we'll share that for sure. And I think that's pretty much all for today, though.
Perfect, because I got to get out of here. Thanks so much, guys. I had a really great time this episode, Dracula. We talked about Ethereum a lot, but it deserved it because it sucks, dude. So, guys,
Yeah,
go out there and rescue someone from Ethereum. Go spread the good word. Be like, look, there's a better place.
grab
Sure.
them by the collar and yell in their face that buying Phantom is the pre-sale for Sonic.
Yeah, that's right. That's right, dog.
Tell them they don't have to live with that cuck coin any longer. There's a
Thank you.
bright future on the horizon.
That's what I want to hear. You don't have to live with that cut coin any longer, babe. Come on over. Come on
So-
over to the mains chain.
That's right. So on that note, we appreciate everybody hanging out. You know, streams on X. Now that we got that sorted, we were having technical difficulties on Tuesday stream, but we're back. And YouTube GM_Sonic. That channel's growing a little bit, so we're gonna try to give some love to the YouTube. If you're a fan of that,
You got
we're
a
gonna
YouTube
start.
account.
Yeah, we're gonna get these streams cut up to go on the videos, and of course the live, you know, videos are there as well. We stream live to it when we're streaming to X. And then same thing with the podcast. We're a little behind on that, but we're about to start having the streams chopped up so that they make sense to listen to. So yeah, we appreciate it, and we will see you guys on Tuesday.
See you guys next week.
Have a good
Adios.
weekend.